Going on, guys? Welcome, Rabid here, and something I want to go over is obviously we got the CPU mining farm is back turned on, but we're kind of having an issue with X3D CPU. So let me know down in the comment section if you guys are having this issue as well. Now this is only happening on Shaicoin. So with any other coin here, which we'll look at in a minute, when I move over to it, my temps are just fine. But mining Shaicoin, they're 91 to 96 degrees only on the X3D CPUs. Now I did try to pull one off, and I actually repasted it and remounted my cooler and stuff, and it dropped it a little bit. It went from 96 to 91, but it's still over 90 degrees. So what is going on here, and are you experiencing this as well? Now I also want to point out that this algorithm is pretty freaking sweet when it comes to power consumption. So let's just do some quick numbers here. We're obviously not plugged into the wall, but looking right here, you can see we're doing about 4,460 watts, 66, 23. I'm just going to go 4460 here on my calculator on my phone. So just give me a second, 4460. Now down here, this L9 is using about 3,320. So I'm going to subtract 3,320 from that. That equals 1140. I have 10 rigs right here. So you can see there's 2 rigs there, 4, 6, 8, 10, 7950Xs and 7950X3Ds. I'm going to divide that by 10. That's an average of about, as you can see here, if it focuses for me, because I can't use my focus button here, but we can see it's about 114 watts. So these are averaging only 114 watts per rig. So in the future, I will put these things on watt meters as well as some other CPUs, see how much power they're actually using. But it is a nice low powered, efficient algorithm, which makes things nice and cheaper on your power bills. All right, so here we can see all the rigs turned on. Now let's take a look at some things. Here's the 9950X. If we look here, it's only running at 57 degrees Celsius. If we come into a 7950X, it's only running at 45 degrees. Let's look at a different 7950X. You can see 52 degrees. Now let's jump into the X3D. So coming into this X3D, it's 91 degrees. Coming into the next X3D, 91 degrees. And then 92 degrees, and then the other X3D here is at 90 degrees. So they're all in the red and at least 90 degrees plus. My ambient temp, where the mining farm is right now, is only like 18 degrees Celsius because it is nice and cold outside. It's letting in some cool air. Everything is pretty cold, but as we can see, all the other CPUs are looking really good. Let's even look at, say, a 3900X here. It's only 46 degrees. How about our dual epic here? That thing's only running at 52 degrees Celsius. So every other CPU is just fine. It's only the X3Ds where it's seeing this issue. Now, just to kind of compare versus something else, I threw this also on to Monero. Here's an X3D on Monero, and we're only doing about 54 Celsius. Let's just do a refresh here, 55. I'll let it run for, I guess, 5 minutes or so, and then we'll come back and hit the refresh button. But we can clearly see that we have a lot better temperatures. I know it has to run longer, and I will do that to show you guys, because you're probably already saying in the comments it has to run longer. But the second this thing starts hashing on Shaicoin, it's instantly 90 degrees. So keep that in mind. It just shoots up instantly here. So we're going to wait for about 5 minutes, as the uptime is only 42 seconds, and see what our temperatures are looking like. All right, guys. So it has been about, I guess, 3 minutes, 55 seconds here. We're going to do another refresh here, a little over 4 minutes. We're at 56 degrees Celsius. Now, another way you can check temperatures just to see exactly what's going on within your trip. Thank you to Itopi from Viper Labs for pointing this command out to me as well to check on things. But if you go into your remote access here and go into Hive Shell Start, not Web Shell like we usually do, you do got to use Hive Shell Start so that you can get into your bin and sbin files type of thing. And then once you do that, you type that in, and here's the command right here. I'm just going to paste a new one in for an update here. You can see for /hive /sbin /cpu-temp space-a. Now you can just cd space into each one of these if you want. And then once you get there, you are going to have to run the cpu-temp space-a. That actually runs the command to see what everything is. Or you can put it all as one like so to just, you know, straight up hit enter and not have to do all that going through the file folders and so on. But here we can see our temperatures, 56.2, 54.5, and 49.2. And what's being reported in Hive, I believe, is probably just the highest number of the three. And we can see my temps are looking pretty good here. TCTL here is 56.2C, TCCD1 is 54.5, and TCCD2 is 49.2. So now I'm going to go back to Shaicoin and we're going to see what it looks like. And you can see here, like I said, instantly, as soon as it gets hash rate, it's only been up for 10 seconds. We're already at 90 degrees Celsius here. 21 seconds, you know, one accepted share, 23 seconds, 91. It instantly goes up to that, you know, type of temperature. So now I'm going to come back into here. Let's run the command again and see what it's telling us. So we're going to hit that, go into it, and we can see it's at TCTL here, 91.2, but TCCD1 is only 60.4, and TCCD2 is 51.6. So there is one major hotspot happening right here. Now, I don't know if that's the cooler I have, because I just have those cheap thermal rates on it, and, you know, maybe I should try an NHD 15 or something, you know, the big bad boy, and see if that will bring the temperatures down, because some people don't have this issue and other people's do. So I'm curious, if you are mining Shaicoin right now, what cooler are you running and what are your temperatures at? So here we can see we're definitely seeing a freaking hotspot happening at TCTL at 91.2 degrees. And that's the temperature that we're seeing here in Hive. And what just happened? It just dropped. Oh, we lost hash rate or something, I think. I think something's rebooting here. We're down to 55 C. So that's not the real temperatures, because I do think the hashing messed up. So let's just actually shell into here to see what is going on. And yeah, we're at 0 hashes here, so it's finding a new job and things like that. So once it kicks back in, we'll be back to the 90 degrees. So no, our temperature is not fixed. It didn't just start working. It lost the job and is kind of searching around again. Another thing, if you are running that issue, I did see that in the comments. If you're running into issues where you don't have enough hash rate or something, where it's not getting any hash rate, mess around with this VDF time right here, 1.5. You know, maybe try just 1.1, 1.2, and just play around with the number, and that should bring it back. For me, 1.5 seems fine, and this should kick back on any time and then be stable. But if you are having issues depending on your CPU and stuff, this may actually fix it. All right, guys, so just a quick video. I just wanted to show you what I am noticing, which is really, really weird here when it comes to only Shaicoin. Other coins, I have no issues with temperatures running these coolers. So let me know if you guys are running into any of these issues as well, and if it's happening on your X3D CPUs, and all your other ones are fine. So it's very interesting here. Now, I don't know what to do, if I should just keep them going and try to melt one for science, or if I should, you know, move all these to a different coin. Let me know down in the comment section. I'll see you on the next one. Rabid out.